Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Interns Falls JavaScript Bootcamp. I guess this is day 7, right? So, until now, we have completed 4 modules and we have started with module 5 of arrays and objects, right? We have discussed the fundamental concepts of arrays and fundamental concepts of objects. And we have also discussed a few operations on those arrays and objects. Today, we'll try to complete arrays and objects and methods, and also we'll try to complete OOPS concept as well, object oriented programming. So this session is very important for you if you want to learn the further concepts in React, how to import the files, how to import the libraries in JavaScript, or using the React frameworks like using the JavaScript frameworks like React or even Node.js as well to create a runtime environment. There you will be frequently using the classes, methods, functions, etc. So for this, it is very important for you to understand these OOPS concepts clearly. We'll try to wrap these things quickly. We'll take simple examples and understand all the fundamental concepts clearly. Okay, let's jump onto the slides of module 5. So the agenda of today's session is to complete module 5, that is inbuilt data structures in JavaScript. There are two inbuilt data structures in JavaScript. One is arrays, the second one is objects, right? We have understood the basic concept and how to perform operations on these arrays and objects yesterday. Today, let's do one thing. Let's use some frequently used methods on arrays and objects. We'll only discuss a few of them, and I'll share you one resource of W3 schools where you can learn about this in depth. Okay, we'll discuss what all is important in this session. Next, coming to the module 6, we'll try to complete the module 6 as well today. Module 6 is object oriented programming, nothing but the use of classes and objects. Do not worry, we'll understand this from very scratch. We'll understand this with simple examples of real world using animals by drawing as well. So please stay back with us, and I hope you watch the video till the end. For better experience, you can play the video in 1.25x speed if required, or 1.5x based on your thing, because if the session is long for 1 hour or 1.5 hours, I understand it is hard for you to sit continuously. So do one thing, use 1.25x speed, or pause the video if you feel it boring. Go have some fun, come back again and replay the video, because understanding these fundamental concepts are very important. As we have discussed yesterday, you can access these videos anytime, and also as many of you were getting trouble for accessing those videos, so what we did, we made these videos public on YouTube. You can also watch YouTube videos for free, but to get the certificate you have to fill the Google form. That's very important. You have to fill the Google form. For the students who fill the Google form and complete the assignments and test, only they will get certificate. It's not that we are distributing certificates for free. No, we are putting some efforts for you to make you learn things for free. These 10 days JavaScript bootcamp organizing this is not easy. We have to manage multiple stuff. We have to record videos, we have to edit videos, we have to upload it for you for free, and be consistent regularly. So your utmost priority is at least to watch those videos, at least like the video if you find this useful, and drop a genuine comment. What all you have learned from this, is it helpful or not? That will definitely motivate us, right? So it's our request, if you like this video, please hit that like button and comment in the comment section that okay, I have learned this concept today, I have doubt in this. If you have any doubt as well, feel free to post in the comment section as well. Yes everyone, let's get started with module 5 today. Module 5, we have discussed about arrays and objects. Let's quickly revise what all we have discussed until now, right? So in arrays, we have told that arrays are ordered lists that can hold multiple values of different data types, not just single data type. It can be numbers, strings combined, or boolean values as well. So in this example, fruit's name is variable name of an array. This fruits has apple, banana, orange, grapes, melon, strawberry, and many more. Okay. To access the values, as we have told, the first element is always index position 0, index position 1, index position 2, index position 3, and so on, right? So if we write console.log fruits of 0 will get output as apple. Next, adding elements. If you want to add a new element called grapes, if you run this code, automatically here grapes will get added. Don't worry, we'll see the practical of this as well. Do not be in a hurry, we'll understand this one by one. Next, removing elements. To remove element from the last, you use pop method, right? Dot pop. There is shift and unshift as well. We'll understand this as well. Do not worry. We'll understand the only important concepts and methods and operations on arrays. Because if you sit on doing things, there are around 10-20 operations on arrays, but we don't use them as frequently as we do this, right? That's why we only discuss what all is important. Clear? Length of an array. For example, this array has how many elements? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the output is 7. By just writing fruits.length, you'll get output as 7. As simple as that. I hope operations on arrays is clear and what is array is clear. Let's discuss this in the practical. As we have discussed how to see the practical, go to any Chrome browser. In any tab, right click inspect console. I'll show you the sample. Just a minute. I'll pause the video and open and show you the sample. Yes everyone, I hope you are able to see my screen. This is only a dummy page. We have written welcome to JavaScript Bootcamp by Intern Call using simple HTML, or you can do on any web page. It's totally up to you. Right click, go to inspect. You can see the HTML code here. Now click on this console. This console opens you these values, right? So what were we discussing? We're discussing about the fruits, right? Fruits. We'll create an array called fruits and we'll give values as, for now let's only give 3 values: apple, banana, and let's say grapes. Okay. Now if we print console.log fruits, we are trying to print the fruits, entire array. Okay. We have got apple, banana, and grapes as one array. Okay. Understand this: accessing index position 0, index position 1, and index position 2. Yes. Now what if I write fruits of index position 0? What will be the output? It is apple. It is apple because at index position 0 there is apple. What if I want to access this grapes? We have to write as fruits of index position 2. As simple as that. Grapes. But what if I write fruits of 3? There is no index position 3. But if you try to access that index position 3, you will get an error. Let's see what is the error. Fruits of index position 3. Undefined. It is telling that there is no value. There is no value present. Is there any index position 3? No. There is only index position 0, index position 1, index position 2. If you can see here, it is index position 0, 1, 2. Also one of the very important concept, arrays in JavaScript is objects. Yes, confused? Arrays in JavaScript is nothing but objects. If you remember yesterday's class, we have discussed about objects. Objects nothing but key value pair. In JavaScript specifically, this is key, this is value. This is key, this is value, key value. Key is index position. Key is index position and values is nothing but the data. Usually in other programming languages, it is not an object or dictionary. But specifically in JavaScript, arrays are objects. Arrays are objects. A very important interview question as well. You can note this down. In JavaScript, arrays are type of object. What do I mean by this? For example, see. Let's see an example. I'll just clear it off everything. I'll just copy this. I'll just copy this and clear everything. See here everyone. A equal to 10. I have given A equal to 10. As simple as that. If I write type of A, what will I get? It is a number, right? If I write type of A, it is a number. Similarly, if I write B equal to Adnan, okay, I am writing B equal to Adnan, and next I'll print type of B. I'll print type of B. I want to find the type of B, okay? What is it? It is string. As simple as that. It is a number, and it is A equal to 10 is a number, and B equal to Adnan is a string because it is in inverted commas. As simple as that. But very important. See this. Fruits. Fruits is an array, right? Fruits is an array. If I write type of fruits, I have to get array, right? If I write type of fruits, I have to get an array. But let's see what we'll get. Type of fruits is an object. As you can see, type of fruits is an object because internally in JavaScript, this type of this array is stored in the form of key value pair: index position 0 apple, index position 1 banana, index position 2 grapes. That's why specifically in JavaScript, arrays are objects. Very important question. Please make a note of this. Yes everyone, I hope you have made a note of it. Arrays in JavaScript is object, nothing but key value pair. How to check this? Using the type of. Okay, done. Next, let's discuss a few operations which we have discussed yesterday in the form of practicals. Let's clear this up. First of all, we'll just write fruits. Tell me what is the syntax to add a fruit or a new element at the end of fruits. What is it? So discuss yesterday, right? Usually in Python it is dot append. It is dot append, but there is no append in JavaScript. Instead of append, there is something called as push. Push nothing but it pushes. It pushes at the end. What if I want to add mango at the end? Let's add mango at the end. And then let's print fruits. For printing it is console.log of fruits, right? See, as you can see, previously it was only apple and now we have added mango as well. Now if you want to remove this mango, from the end, there is one method called as dot pop. Dot pop, what does this do? This pops the last element. The last index position of an array is popped up. Okay. If you run this and print console.log of fruits, what happens? What happens with this console.log of fruits? See, the mango which was at the last is popped up, is removed, right? What if we perform dot pop again? I'll just copy this line. I'll not print. I'll just copy this line and see what happens is this time grapes is popped up. The last element is popped up. See, the grapes is popped up. If I print the fruits now, if I only print the fruits now, I only have banana and apple. I only have banana and apple now. See. So in this way you can append, that is push the elements at the last and remove the elements from the last. I hope it is clear. Make a note of it. Dot push adds the element at the end. Dot push adds the element at the end. Dot pop removes the element from the end. I hope it is clear. Now let's discuss a few examples and operations on arrays, and let's jump on to objects after discussing this. Okay. Let's do one thing. For now, let's create an array of numbers, because I have told you that array can be combination of strings as well as numbers. Until now we have used the strings. Now let's discuss about numbers as well. Let's add number 1 2 7 3 9 random, something like this. Okay, and then I'll just print console.log array. Console.log array. Done. So this is an array. It has 6 elements. It is showing 6 elements. Okay, now I want to add number 10 at the end. Now I want to add number 10 at the end. What is the syntax, everyone? Array dot push. What is the value of that? 10, right? 10 is pushed. Now the size is 7. It is telling the size is 7. Let's print and see the array now. Let's print and see array. Previously, before adding 7, this was the array. Before adding 7, this was the array. Before adding 10, this was the array of size 6. Now we have added 10. Let's see what happens. As you can see, for the entire array, only the number 10 is added at the end. Yesterday we have discussed one thing, how to find length using dot length, array dot length, right? Previously we had fruits, right? For fruits, what is the syntax to find fruits dot length? Is 2, because we only had 2 elements in this fruits, right? Only apple and banana was left. I hope it is clear how to find the length of array. Clear, everyone? Let's discuss how to sort an array. If you see here, it is 1 2 7 3 9 4 10, some random values. There is no particular order, right? If we want to make it as 1 2 3 4 7 9 10 in an ascending order, then you have to use sort method. It is as simple as array dot sort. See, sorry, what happened is array dot sort 1 10 7. Okay, we have to know, we should not use this parenthesis. This parenthesis is the syntax of Python. Okay, let's add a new, say again here, array dot sort. Only will add array dot sort. Enter. Just a minute, I'll clear this up. You can easily see if I clear this. Yes, everyone, there was one slight confusion. We were directly using dot sort without printing it. That's why it was telling native code. So let's do one thing. After sorting, let's directly print that value. For example, this is an array of 12, 25, 31, 23, 75, 81, 100. Okay, clear? After this, in next line, let's do one thing. Let's write console.log array.sort. Exact same syntax. Previously, what we did was, without using the console.log, we tried to print. So what happened? It told that function of native code, something like that, because it was unable to print on console, right? So let's console.log array.sort. What is the value of this now? Is everyone? It is sorted array. It is a sorted array at index position 0, 100, 1, 2, 81, length of 7, right? I hope it is clear, everyone. If you see here, this which was 12, 25, 31, 23, there were some random values over there, but after getting sorted, it is 12, 23, 25, 31, 75, 81. There is some ascending order of increment. But if you focus on this index position 0 is maximum, because this dot sort method in JavaScript does not work well with numbers. But if you sort an array of strings based on alphabetical order, then it will definitely work well, right? We'll discuss this. Why we'll discuss this when we discuss about objects and stringifying the objects in the coming sessions. Do not worry. As of now, just focus on this. As you can see, the array is sorted here: 12, 23, 25, 31, 75, 81, right? Which was randomly sorted, which was unsorted previously. I hope it is clear, everyone. Let's discuss some other operations on arrays if they are important. Otherwise, let's jump on to objects. Clear? Yes, everyone, we have discussed about this push and pop. Now let's discuss a few more methods on arrays. What are the methods on arrays? Now we'll discuss about filter, map, and for each. For is nothing but a type of method or which performs in the form of a loop. We'll understand this, don't worry. Say this: it executes a provided function once for each array element. For each array element. What do you mean by this? For each element. This is one element, this is one element, this is one element. So for each element, if you want to perform some operation, then you can use this for each. Okay, what does this do? A simple example of this here is we are iterating on entire array and printing apple, banana, orange individually. Let fruits equal to apple, banana, orange. Fruits dot for each takes one function of fruit. Let's say function of fruit. We are creating a function which is taking the parameter as fruit. Which function is this? This is anonymous function because we are not giving any function name, right? That's why function which takes the parameter fruit, and then console.log fruit. Nothing but this is one fruit, this is one fruit, this is one fruit. Do not worry, let's understand with the practical. Let's copy this code. Open the Chrome browser. Let's run the code and see. Just a minute. So we have opened the console. Let's paste the same code. Understand this. Let nothing but type of defining variable. Fruits is nothing but variable name. That is array. This array has three elements: apple, banana, orange. Clear? Now what we are doing is we are creating one function. I will copy the code and remove this. See, this is the syntax of for each. Similar to dot sort, for each iterates on each element in the array. Okay. For this for each, we are creating one function to perform some operation. We are taking a simple example of just printing it. Okay, so what we are doing, if you paste this function of fruit is nothing but a parameter. You can write anything here. You can just write I. If you write the parameter I, what you have to do is you have to do console.log I. Okay, we have to do console.log I. Clear, everyone? I hope you don't have any doubt until this. Let's copy this code first. I'll show you with the fruit as well. If we run this code, what happens? What will be the output? It iterates on the entire array and print apple, banana, orange individually. Yes, let's run this code. As you can see, it has iterated over entire array. This is one I, this is one I, this is one I. Nothing but one fruit, one fruit, one fruit. Let's change the variable name of I to fruit. It is user defined, everyone. It is only user defined. You can use any name as you want. If you run, the output will be the exactly same. I hope it is clear. For each is used to iterate on the array and pick each element and perform certain operations on it. I hope it is clear. Let's discuss about different methods on arrays continuation. Yes, everyone, yesterday we have started with objects as well. We have discussed some basic fundamental concept of objects and operations on objects, right? Let's quickly revise those. First of all, what is an object? Objects are collection of key value pairs. Very important thing to notice is key value pair, where each key is a string. For this example, each key is a string and each value can be of any data type. Okay. For example, name is John, age is 25, city is New York. Yesterday we have taken Adnan, age and city, right? In the same way, it is like same example. Let's quickly discuss this and let's understand how things work. Okay. Let person name Adnan, age 30, gender male. Okay. Console.log person.age. If we write person.age, automatically it will go to person and then access this value age and give the output as 30 here. Yesterday we have updated, so it gives 30. Clear? Next, modifying the properties. Person.age. If you want to make this person.age from 30 to let's say 35, then automatically it will make it to 35. What if you make here 25? What if you change this to 25? Then automatically this will get updated to 25. Clear everyone? And also the output will be printed as 25 if you rerun the code. And next, person.gender. We have added this gender yesterday, which was not previously present. Deleting. We had deleted the person city. Do not worry, let's understand this in Notepad. Yesterday, this was the first basic fundamental thing which we have created. Key value pair. Key is name, age, city. Values are so and so. So accessing the values, to access the values of age, we wrote as person dot age, and we got the output as 21. Clear? Updating the value. To change the value of age from person dot age equal to 30, if we make it 30, from 21 it will become 30. That's what we were trying to understand. Deleting the value. Deleting the value. Okay. To delete the value, first suppose you want to delete city, so we return that delete person dot city. Person dot city. So this entire value got deleted. So these were the fundamental operations which we understood yesterday. Now let's understand the methods. Some more methods on arrays. Sorry, for some more methods on objects, right? What are these objects? First of all, let's quickly discuss again. Very important things, very important, because when you work with JSON files, JSON is JavaScript object notation files. To transfer the data from one website to another website or from one server to another server, you use JSON files itself. Will stringify it. It is called as serialization and deserialization. This is again a whole new concept. We'll not discuss this. Serialization and deserialization, a whole new concept. If you want to learn more about this, you can learn online about JSON serialization and deserialization. Here JSON is nothing but object, JavaScript object notation, where you store the value in the form of key value pairs itself. Okay. For example, keys, values. There are multiple keys and values in your object. If you want to print all the keys, if you want to print all the values, if you want to print all the entries combined as key and value, then there are certain methods, dot keys, dot values, that we'll discuss now. I'll just quickly walk you through. You can practice on your own. That's not a big deal. Is everyone? See here. We have discussed this each for each map, everything. Now coming to the operations, objects on object methods. As I have told you, if you write object.keys, that is person.keys or something like this, then it returns an array of given object's own enumerate property names. For example, let person name John, age 25, gender male. What are the keys in this? The keys here are name, age and gender, right? So we are storing all of them in keys. What if we write console.log of keys? Let's run this code once. Let's run this code and see in the compiler. I'll clear this up and write the code. Just a minute. Yes, everyone, we have copied the same code and we have pasted in here. So understand this. Person is a dictionary or object which is a key and value pair. Key and value pair. Clear? But if you want to create an array of all the keys, if you want to create an array of all the keys, you write as object.keys and pass the object name. Here in our case, the object name is person, right? We are passing this as an argument to this keys. Passed. Now, so this keys in now is an array. It is an array which stores name, age and gender. That is, all the keys of the object are now stored in the variable name called keys. Let's print and see the output. As you can see, this array has three things: name, age and gender. What if we add city here? Let's do one thing. Let's copy this code and add a new city. Add a new parameter called city in here. Add city. Or there is one more way of doing this. What is the one more way of doing? Person dot city equal to Hyderabad. Let's say Hyderabad. Done. If we run the code, what would you think the output will be? What would you think the output will be, everyone? If you run this code, what would you think the output will be? Please comment down quickly. Pause this video and comment down quickly. Done. So the city is added here. We have updated or added a new city. So automatically when the same code has run now, after this a city variable got added here. The city key got added here. That's why in the keys array, the new variable called city is present. In the same way, if you want to print values, let's see how we can do this. Let's go to the notebook quickly and see how these things work. What if you want to add the values? What if you want to create the array of values? That is John, 25 and male. Then we'll copy this code. Let's copy this code. Why I am removing this let is to avoid, instead of this let keyword, I am just using automatic declaration, because let does not allow you to redeclare. Because we are understanding the same example again and again, that's why I am removing this let. That's why I am removing this let. Okay. I am redefining it. What does let do? Let does not allow you to redefine, right? That's why I'm removing this let again and again. Otherwise it will give us error, continuous errors. Otherwise we have to use var. Var allows you to redeclare and update the values, right? We can use var as well. So let's see the output of this. As you can see, the output is John, 25 male. All the values of objects are now created in the form of a array, right? At index position 0, John, 125, 2 male, and the length is 3. As simple as that. Here object.keys has given you all the keys as an array. Object.values has given you all the values as an array. After this, while solving the problems, you can sort the values, you can perform operations on this as well. If it is only the numbers, then you can perform operations on methods on arrays itself. Okay, let's do one thing. On this values, let's push a new value. Let's push a new value on this values. Values is now, I'll remove everything and I'll run the code again. Let's see one thing. Let's do one thing. I'll copy this. I'll remove the code. I'll paste the code again. I'm running this. Now, what if I push the value, a new value to this? Will this get added? I'm just adding 10. I don't know what this 10 is. But values is totally separate from object now. There is no link between values and objects now. Right? Now, if I push this value and console.log values, what will be the output? Will the 10 be appended at the end or not? Will the 10 be appended at the end in the array of values or not? Yes, it is appended. There is no key for this, but still it got appended because now the persons is different, the values is different. This values has been derived from person, but we can perform operations on values. It does not have any effect on person. It does not have any effect on person because we have derived the value from person. Done. As you can see, there is no 10 here in person because person is an object. There is no link between values and person now. Values is derived from person, so we can perform as many operations and methods as we want on this. I hope it is clear. I hope arrays and objects are very clear for you. If you have any doubts, you can please feel free to reach out to us. Or else, if you want to learn more about these operations and methods on objects, you can definitely learn from online, or you can refer the notes which will be provided you after the completion of these sessions. Clear? Now let's jump on to OOPS concept. So after this, let's discuss about this map. What is this map function about, or map method about? Creates a new array with the results of a calling provided function on every element in the array. If you see the for each element, it helped us to access the values individually, right? In the same way, if you want to create a new array from the previous array by performing some operations, then you can use map. Understand with this example. There is an array called numbers. Okay, there is an array called numbers. 1, 2, 3. What if I want to do the square of each number? Yes, everyone, what if I want to do the square of each number? Instead of using for each and then performing the operation and then pushing each element in the new array, instead of this, there is a simple method called map. What does this do is it maps the operation and creates a new array automatically. For example, in this we are creating a new array with the name squared numbers. Squared numbers. How to create this squared numbers? 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, right? In the same way, to create that array of, what is this? Array of 1, 4, 9. Okay, to create the array of the same, then we are using this dot map, which takes a function. Similar to the exact same syntax, it takes a function. It takes a function. Usually this is dot map, right? Inside this dot map, we are passing one anonymous function. This function takes the input number. Instead of number, it can also have I. We have discussed the same in the previous example, right? You can also have I. But if you have I there, then you have to make this I into I. As simple as that. What does this do? For the each element, it maps I into I, I into I, I into I. It should not be capital R, it should be small r. Okay. Let's copy this code and run and see in the compiler, that is interpreter in our online browser. Let's see what the output is. Yes, everyone, we have copied that code. We'll just paste it here and we have added console.log squared numbers extra. Okay, as of now, okay, focus on this, everyone. The map function is taking one function as input. If we remove this map, if we remove this function, it is similar as numbers.map, but numbers.map has to take one callback function. Callback function nothing but a function which is passed as a parameter. We'll discuss the same concept again in set timeout, set interval and event handlers in the concept of module 7 or 8, I guess. Module 7. Yeah, module 7, I guess. In those concepts, we'll discuss again about callback functions. Understand this, the function is passed to the another method or function, it is nothing but calling back. We are using anonymous functions here. We have discussed this in the concept of functions module 3 or module 4, I guess. I don't exactly remember, but we have discussed this concept. What does this do is, it is one anonymous function which takes the input as I nothing but this is one I, this is one I, this is one I. We can also tell that number as num. It is user defined name. If you tell num over there, you have to tell num here as well. Okay, you have to tell num here as well. So based on this, each element 1 into 1 is 1, 2 into 2 is 4, 3 into 3 is 9. In this way, it is creating a new array called squared numbers, and at the end we are printing this squared numbers, right? I hope it is clear. Let's just remove this let and let, because otherwise it will give some similar redefined problems. So we have removed this. Let's just focus on automatic declaration variable, hoisting concept. Okay. See, as you can see here, it is 1, 4, 9 at index position 0, 1 at index position 2, 2 into 2 is 4, 3 into 3 is 9. As simple as that. This is the concept of map, and filter concept is exactly same of map. It filter out the things. We'll not discuss this in depth. We'll just walk you through this. Okay. Let's just walk you through this. Filter creates a new array, also creates a new array with all elements that pass the test. Whatever test they pass, if you give some condition, then only those numbers will be printed. Let's do one thing. Let's copy paste this. And run the code here. Okay, I'll remove the let again, because it can have, because we have already defined numbers here. If we define let again, it can give error. So to remove that, we are ignoring those as of now. Okay, what is this doing is, I'll show you the output first. Just a minute. Let's do console.log even numbers. Let's print even numbers. It is nothing but a parameter. Okay. Is everyone see? First of all, there is a numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After this numbers dot filter, this function is nothing but callback function, anonymous callback function. If you remove this, it is only dot, similar to dot map, dot sort, dot length. Okay. This filter is taking some callback function of number. After this, it is checking something, number modulo to triple equal to 0. This double equal to and triple equal to we have discussed in class 2, I guess. If you do not remember, please refer the class again. It is checking certain condition and checking if the output is, if it is satisfied, only then add that number in even numbers. Otherwise, remove that number. Let's see how this output works. Yes, if we run this code, the output is only 2, 4. Why? What is this num modulo 2 actually? If you remember that modulo discussion of division, it gives reminder, right? All the elements which has remainder 0 when divided by 2 are even numbers. The logic is, if the number is perfectly divided by 2, it is an even number, right? 2 divided by 2 is 0. 4 divided by 2 is 0. 6 divided by 2 is 0. 8 divided by 2 is 0. Nothing but if the remainder is 0 when you divide by 2, then it is an even number. For example, if you divide 3 modulo 2, 3 divided by 2, it will give remainder as 1. 5 divided by 2, it will give remainder as 1. So in those cases, 3, 5, 7, 9, which gives remainder as 1, is nothing but odd numbers. As we are writing the logic for even numbers, the condition is if the number modulo 2 is equal to 0, then that number is even. Add that number in the list or array called as even numbers, and we are getting print as 2, 4. Clear everyone? Let's write the same logic for odd numbers. See here, let's write the same logic for odd numbers. Numbers equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Instead of even, let's change the variable name to odd numbers, and then instead of this triple equal to, let's write not equal to. Let's write not equal to and see what the output is. Yes everyone, instead of equal to, that is triple equal to, double equal to are one and the same. It is only the type of thing which we are checking. If it is string as well, it will give double equal to as true. That's why to avoid that we use triple equal to in that case. But as of now we only want to check if it is equal to 0 or not equal to 0. Because if number modulo 2 is not equal to 0, that is, then it is an odd number, right? It is an odd number. So console.log, we are printing odd numbers. This variable odd numbers is an array which stores all the odd numbers. So without iterating, without performing for loop and then iterating each element and doing, what we have done, we have used the filter function to filter out all the odd numbers from this. If we run the code and let's see the output, it is 1, 3, 5. Similarly, if we do for even numbers as previous one, if it was here even, right? Even numbers. Here we have to change as even numbers, and then this has to be double equal to or triple equal to. Let's make double equal to, as we only have numbers here. Double equal to also will work. As you can see here, this even number has 2, 4 and this odd number has 1, 3, 5. That is, we have divided into odd number separate, even number separate using the filter function. These are very, very important fundamental concepts and methods and operations on arrays. We have taken in-depth discussion regarding this. I hope you have clear understanding. If you have any doubts, please feel free to comment down in the comment section. Now let's get started with objects and operations on objects. Will not take much time with objects, as we have already discussed the properties and operations yesterday. We'll quickly complete the objects and jump on to OOPS concepts. Clear everyone? Let's jump back to the slides. Yes everyone, we have completed with module 5, arrays, objects and methods and operations which are frequently used, which are performed on those. We have discussed those. If you have any doubts, you can refer the notes as well. You can refer the previous videos as well. Yesterday also we have discussed some basic concepts that we have discussed now in practical. Now we are getting started with module 6. In the next half an hour or 40 minutes, let's try to complete this module 6 completely. It is very easy, very simple. We'll understand with the help of diagrams and example. I want your focus. Please everyone, please be focused here. Object-oriented programming. OOPS concept in Python, Java, JavaScript, in all the concepts, in C++, in all the programming languages. These concepts are same, one and the same. There are 4 pillars of OOPS: polymorphism, encapsulation, inheritance, abstraction. It is overall structure in which different programming languages use different syntaxes. That's the only difference. In Python you use self, in Java you use this, in JavaScript as well you use this to access the values. There is some super concept. All of this we'll discuss, do not worry. First of all, those who do not know, those who have not learned about OOPS in Java, OOPS in Python, do not worry, we'll understand this from scratch. Those who have learned well and good, it will be a quick revision for you for preparation for placements as well. Clear everyone? Let's jump onto the slides and notes. See, what is object-oriented programming in JavaScript, or what is OOPS in general? OOPS is a programming paradigm, that is approach, paradigm nothing but approach, that organizes codes into reusable self-contained units known as objects. Do not worry, these are a bit complicated terms. I'll simplify this for you. First of all, let's read this completely. Each object represents an instance of a class which serves as a blueprint defining the attribute, data and behavior method that objects of the class will possess. Confused? Is everyone confused? Also, one more thing to note down. This object is different from the previous object. That key value pair object is different and this object is different, right? This object is a runtime entity of the class. Do not worry, we'll get it simple. We'll get it in simple terms. In object-oriented programming, a class is a blueprint for creating objects, and objects are instances of a class. A class defines the properties, attributes, and behaviors. Okay, let's go to Notepad. First of all, we'll take an overall overview and then understand with the examples individually. Okay, what is a class? We have been continuously listening about blueprint. Is nothing but class provides you with a structure, what all you need, and the object is runtime entity of class. Let's take an example of shape. Shape, what are shapes? Shape can be a circle, triangle, rectangle, hexagon, pentagon, or different things. What are common in this? It must have some area, it has some perimeter, it has some length, breadth. All of these are nothing but some outline. So what does this shape class contains? Nothing but these methods: how to find area, how to find perimeter, how to find breadth. So from this shape, these subclasses can be created. Okay, I'll not complicate things for you. Let's understand from scratch. A person, let's say Adnan again. You may be thinking always I take my own example. Okay, I love doing this, so I take the same example. A person want to build a house. I want to build one house. Okay, for building one house in an area, if I want to build one house, first of all, what should I do? I have to make the blueprint of my house. My blueprint of my house will be like this. This is the entrance, right? This is the entrance. These are the staircase for going on top of the house. Staircases. After this, there will be one corridor, and then there will be one parking area here. Below the stairs, some parking area, and then here there will be one hall, TV, sofa set. This is the hall, and then after this hall, there will be one bedroom. There will be bedroom 2. There will be one kitchen and some garden area. So to get it simple, I am creating the blueprint of house. I am creating some blueprint of house. It is imaginary. I'm just drawing the blueprint. I'm just thinking that my house should look something like this. Okay, nothing but blueprint. Let's understand this as one class. It is only blueprint which I have to follow while I have to create one house. To create my own home, I have to follow certain blueprint. I need to have one bedroom. I need to have washrooms. I need to have hall. I need to have hall. I need to have kitchen, doors, windows. So what does this class give? This give me the blueprint to where things are and what things are important, right? For building a house. Are you able to understand? Similarly, once I have this blueprint ready, I can directly build my house. Build my house. This house is an object which is created from the class. This house is an object created from the class. Now from the same class I can create multiple houses. From the same class. As simple as that. Once I have the blueprint, then directly I can create multiple classes. Instead of this house to paint it in red color, this time I'll print in pink color. For this house I'll paint in blue color. What do I mean by this is, if I create one class that is blueprint of doing something, I can create multiple objects from it, multiple runtime entity of it. I can create obj1, obj2, obj3, obj4, obj5, etc. Multiple things. I hope you got the understanding of what is class and object. If not, if you have got at least 40 to 50% of the understanding, let's take one more example and understand. For example, there is one class name called as car. Okay, just trying to draw some rough car. Please ignore my drawing. Yeah, everyone, yes. Yeah, there is one class name called car. This class car defines number of wheels the car has, engine the car will have, number of windows the car has, some Bluetooth speaker inside the car, the color of the car, the seat color of the car, the interior of the car. All of these are certain properties. These are the properties, right? Properties of the car. These are nothing but attributes. These are nothing but attributes. Properties or attributes, which in class are defined using methods. For now, understand. Class is nothing but a blueprint of creating something which has all the properties, attributes, and methods. Okay. We have only created a car. Car can be from company of Audi, BMW, Ferrari, Maruti Suzuki, or Toyota, anything. There are multiple car companies, but their main agenda is to create a car, right? Car has certain properties. So all of these are nothing but objects of car, objects of car class. So to sum things up totally, the class is a blueprint of creating something which has attributes and methods, and objects are runtime entity. Until and unless you create a car, until and unless you create a physical car called as Toyota, Audi, BMW, or Ferrari, all of this is just imaginary. All of this is just imaginary. In the same way, until and unless you create the house, this blueprint drawing is just imaginary. In the same way, until and unless you create the object, the class is just only the blueprint and imaginary. It does not occupy any space. It does not occupy any space in your server or your system until and unless you create the object of it. I hope it is clear. We have taken very simple examples, two examples to understand what is a class and object. Yes, everyone. Please make a note of it. Please draw these diagrams or take a screenshot of it. This will definitely help you to understand the further concepts. Everyone, one more important thing. The object which we discussed previously in arrays and objects, the key value pair is different from this object. Understand this. In OOPS concept, the object is different. This is different. This is OOPS object. It is a runtime entity of class. It is runtime entity or instance of a class. We'll understand what is the difference between this. Object is nothing but if you want to create the house, or if you want to create the car for certain company, or if you want to create the shape, or you want to create the pen, nothing but anything which is physical or which is runtime of the blueprint is nothing but object. This is different and this is different is what I want to make a point. Please focus on this. The object of key value pair is different from the object in OOPS. It is derived from class. It is a runtime entity of class. Okay, we'll understand this with example. Do not worry. Let's jump back to the notebook. Yes, everyone, as you can see in here, now this definition makes sense for you after listening to those examples. Now this definition is simple and it will make sense for you. In object-oriented programming, a class is a blueprint for creating objects. A class is a blueprint for creating objects. And objects are instance of a class. Nothing but these objects are created from the class and these are runtime entities. Also, a class defines the properties. For example, we took the example of car. Car has four wheels, car has certain dashboard, certain window color, certain color for the car, company of the car. All of these are properties. And how the car behaves. Nothing but moving forward, moving backward, brake. All of this is nothing but methods. Nothing but behavior that its object will have. To get it simple, we know what are functions, right? We know what are functions. Concept of functions, I hope you have clear understanding of these functions, right? What if this function is written inside the class of any name, if it is written inside the class, the same concept. Now this function becomes method. Clear, everyone? If someone asks you what is a method, tell them that method is the function written inside class. Method is a function written inside class. We'll understand this, no issues. See here. Also, how to create a class? Class is created using class keyword at front. In the same way, the way we created function name, function name. In the same way, class name. Class name is now car. After this, there is some constructor. Keep this aside for some time. I'll discuss this constructor. Forget about this. Forget about this. Okay. Once class is created. Once class is created, now this is nothing but method. Method nothing but a function. This is the function, right? This function is performing or printing something called engine started. Similarly, drive. Drive is also one function which is written inside the class. So it is a method. It is printing car is moving. Okay. And that's it. Only this function has two methods, start engine and car is moving. After this, now we'll understand the concept of constructor. What is the constructor? And what is this? What is this? This dot, this dot, this dot. This is nothing but adding value to certain parameter. Adding value to certain parameter. Once you create this class, let's copy this code. Once you create this class, you have to create a runtime entity of it. Until now, it was only a blueprint. Now, if you want to run the same code, you have to construct the object of it. How to construct the object? This is the syntax. You can ignore this let. Instead of let, you can also write var and what is the other thing? Const. I won't suggest to add your const, but you can also define automatic variables is what I want to tell. Okay. This is nothing but variable name. Variable name new. New keyword is nothing but creating new object and allocating some space in the memory. And then this is nothing but car. Car nothing but class name. Class name is car. Class name is car. Then coming to this, you may be wondering what is this Toyota and Camry? What is this Toyota and Camry? You may be wondering. This is where constructor comes into picture. If you want to take the data as parameters, in this OOPS, you have to have constructor. By default, there is non-parameterized constructor. If you do not write any values in here, it is nothing but non-parameterized constructor. You are not passing any parameters to the class. Then there is no need of creating this. It by default does not take any values. But you want to add the name and model of the car. You want to add name and model of the car. Because for this, you are adding this constructor. Sorry, what did I just do? Okay. Control Z. For this, you are adding this Toyota and Camry. What do you mean by this Toyota? Toyota is nothing but the company name. Who make the car? The company name, Toyota. And what is the model? Model is Camry. That is where this comes into picture. Toyota. If you pass this car and Toyota, let's copy this. Come back to up. I'll just comment out here. What is happening is for this car, two parameters are getting passed, Toyota and Camry. So the compiler by default understands that okay, for this variable name called make, I have to assign Toyota. So what happens? Inside make variable, it will have the value called Toyota. Clear? Similarly for this model by default the model will be model equal to Camry. So this keyword assigns the values to it. Assigns the value to these parameters. I hope it is clear. Let's draw the diagram and understand. Yes, everyone, there is one class called car. And in this car, there is some constructor. Nothing but which helps you to take the parameters. For this parameter, instead of make, let's tell company. Let's tell as company, model. Then why we have to use this, we'll discuss. This dot company equal to company. I'll do one thing, I'll write down entire code and explain you. It will be less time consuming in that case. Yes, everyone, I hope you are able to see this. First of all, we are creating some class of car. Inside this, we have two methods or two functions called start engine and drive. What does the start engine do? It will print engine started whenever we call that function or method. and drive will print as driving. Okay, then the main concept, I know you have got the understanding of this, but the main concept to understand is this one, a bit complicated. For example, it is taking two parameters, company and model, right? Company and model. You may be wondering from where these values will come. While you are creating the object, the runtime entity of it, you have to pass two values. You have to pass two values, the company name of the car, that is Toyota, and model. So for clear understanding, we have taken the variable name as well as Toyota. So this Toyota, this Toyota object is a car class, is from car class, which has the company name as Toyota and model name as Camry. So this will become Toyota, this will become Camry, nothing but model name. In the same way, from the same class as we have discussed, you can create multiple objects. In the same way, we have created a Nexa car as well. Nexa car is nothing but this company name is Nexa and the model name is Baleno. So from this you can tell that from one class you can create multiple objects with different values. To have these different values for same class, you have to use this keyword, because this keywords allows you to add to that particular instance only. To add to that particular instance only, because we are creating the object from the same class. We are creating two different objects from same class. Then how does your computer know that if you call this Toyota, it has to show the company name Camry only? If you call this Toyota, if it shows Baleno, then your entire logic is wrong. That's why to assign the value for that instance, for the Toyota instance only, we use this keyword. For that instance, this company will be Toyota, this model will be Camry. For the next instance, this keyword will be Nexa, company name Nexa, and model name will be Baleno. Nothing but to handle multiple objects for different things from the single class, you have to use this keyword to assign the values. As simple as that. Let's run this code in compiler and see how the output works. Yes, everyone, we have already got more than 1 hour of the session for today. I'll not take much time. Let's try to wrap this up in next 15 minutes. So the four important concepts in object-oriented programming are inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, abstraction. In this, these two are very important. These two are important, but we don't use those frequently. But these two are very important. Let's just discuss all of these one by one with the help of examples in the same notebook and quickly wrap up the session, and we'll discuss the further concepts tomorrow. Yes, everyone, clear? So the four concepts are inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, and abstraction. Irrespective of the programming language which you are using, these four are the only concepts in OOPS, object-oriented programming, which are very fundamental and which are used very frequently. Yes, everyone, let's go back to the notes and understand these concepts. Four pillars of OOPS. Encapsulation. Encapsulation is bundling of data or attributes and methods that operate on the data on a single unit called class. What do you mean by this? Example, class bank account. Bank account, if you see the example of your bank account, there is some variable called balance. Whatever you add or remove, if you deposit the money, then the balance will be increased. If you withdraw the money, the balance will be decreased. So how to replicate the same concept using OOPS? OOPS is nothing but solving real world problems with the help of programming. So in this class, we are creating one constructor that takes the value of balance and then assigns to the variable called balance. So for each entity, the balance will be different. For Adnan, the balance will be different. For your name, for your own bank account, the balance will be different. If your bank account shows my balance, will that work? No. So for each object, for each entity, that particular balance should apply for only that. In the same way, we have understood the example of Toyota and Nexa, right? In the same way, for individual bank accounts, the balance should be individual for their own. For each entity, for each instance, the balance is different for each of them. As simple as that. Okay. We are taking the balance and assigning to the variable called balance. To deposit, for depositing some amount, you want to add 100 rupees to your bank account. You want to add 10,000 rupees to your bank account. Then what you have to do? For this dot balance, for that balance, increase the amount. Amount is nothing but whatever value you take here. 10 rupees, 100 rupees, 1000 rupees. The phone pay, everything, the logic is same. Okay. Withdraw nothing but delete, remove amount. For example, you have 1000 rupees, you want to remove 100 rupees from this. For that, you have to minus from the balance. For minusing from the balance as well, you have to check one condition. If the amount, if your account has 100 rupees, or if your account has 10,000 rupees, if you want to withdraw 10 lakh rupees, should the bank allow you to withdraw the 10 lakh rupees from the account which has 10,000 rupees? No. For this, you are checking the if condition. So these are the places where you use if conditions, for loops, operators, all of these which we have discussed in the previous sessions, we are using here to solve some real world problems, real world entities, right? Amount is less than equal to this dot balance. If the amount is less than the balance, for example, the amount is 10, the amount which you want to withdraw is suppose 1 lakh rupees, but your balance is only 10,000 rupees. In those cases, tell me if condition will get applied or else condition will get applied. Your account has 10,000 rupees, but you want to withdraw 1 lakh rupees. Then else condition gets executed. It tells that you have insufficient funds, but your account has 10,000 rupees, but you want to withdraw only 100 rupees. So 100 is less than 10,000. So it will allow you to perform the operation. 10,000 minus 100, you will have the balance of 9,900 now. Clear? In this way, withdraw and balance works. Nothing but if you want to operate the data using the methods, using deposit and withdraw, that is nothing but encapsulation. Let's understand this encapsulation quickly. Encapsulation nothing but binding data in the form of classes and methods. Encapsulation. What is a capsule? Capsule is something like this, in which inside that some medicine present, right? In the same way, this data, this medicine is protected with the help of class and can be accessed only through methods, that is functions. If you take the previous example, the bank account class had one parameter called balance. This class had one parameter called balance. To deposit the amount or withdraw the amount, we were performing only on this balance itself. We were performing operations on this balance itself. Deposit added the balance, and withdraw minus the balance. That is using the amount. So nothing but to get things simple, encapsulation binds the data in the form of class and it can be accessed only using methods, is the definition of encapsulation. I hope it is clear. Let's jump on to the next one. Next one is very important, inheritance. Inheritance allows a class, subclass or derived class to inherit the properties and behavior from another class. That is superclass or base class. Let's understand this with an example. Let's quickly see this. Inheritance. For example, your grandfather has some property. Okay, grandfather has some property of 100 acres of land. And your grandfather has only one child, that is father. So by default your father will have access to this 100 acres of land, which means he has inherited from his ancestors, that is 100 acres of land. And then your father has again two children, you and your sister. Okay, then it will get divided into 50 acres and 50 acres. So I'm just taking an example to make you understand that as you inherit from your parents, you inherit property from your parents, you inherit their genes from your parents. All of these are nothing but inheriting. In the same way, if the parent class has certain properties, then the child class will automatically get those properties by default in this inheritance. Are you able to understand? For example, understand this as this diagram. Parent class inherits child class inherit parent class. Then this will be parent class and this will be child class. It is only terminology. Child class or derived class, because it is derived from parent, as simple as that. I hope you are able to understand. Let's understand the code of this. Let's not take much time. Let's understand the code of this. See, there is one class called animal. Animal makes sound, some generic animal sound. Then dog. What is a dog? Dog is an animal. So by default, what is this extends? Extends is nothing but inheriting. Same syntax in Java as well. Inheriting from animal. Animal is the parent class. Animal is the parent class. From this animal, this dog class is created. So this is parent class, this is child class. By default, this make sound is inherited. By default, this make sound is inherited with dog. For example, if I add a new class here as well, say let's say eat. Let's say eat. This is a new method, and I want to perform some action in this. Let's say console.log animal is eating. Animal is eating. Even though this dog class does not have this eat. This dog class does not have this eat method, but since it has inherited from animal, by default this eat is also inherited by dog. This is nothing but inheritance. All the properties, all the methods of the parent class is inherited by the child class by default. As your father inherits that 100 acres of property by default, in the same way the child class inherits the properties and methods from the parent class. It is done using this extends keyword. I hope it is clear. This is done with inheritance. Let's understand polymorphism now. I hope you are clear with encapsulation and inheritance. Now let's understand polymorphism. Let's quickly discuss about polymorphism and wrap this session as early as possible. So what is polymorphism? Poly means many. Morphism means forms. So polymorphism means many forms. For example, let's take an example of a class called shape. Shape can be a circle, triangle, rectangle. We have discussed anything, right? So it is an imaginary class. So these are two child classes. These two extend the shape. Circle extends shape and square extends shape. So in the parent class, there was a method called area. Which did not do anything. It just returned 0, or there was empty value. But in circle, the formula of area is pi r square, whereas in square, the formula of area is side square. So in these cases, to understand this, the name is same. The name is area itself, but the logic is different inside it. This is nothing but method overriding. In polymorphism, again, there are two types: method overriding and method overloading. You can learn this about online. If we discuss about this in detail, this will take two more sessions to just discuss OOPS concept. So we are just touching upon important things as of now with the help of examples. Okay. Method overriding, I'll just give you a brief overview. If you override something, previously area was return 0, right? Now the area is pi r square. You are overriding. Okay, you are overriding. In the same way, method overloading. If for this only radius is enough. To find area of circle, the radius is enough. To find area of square, only side is enough. But to find the area of rectangle, you need length and breadth. So the number of variables these parameters has to be passed is different. It is nothing but method overloading. So in polymorphism, there are two types: method overriding and method overloading. As of now, we'll just pass empty values and we'll access using this dot radius, this dot square. We'll access those values and understand how code works. Let's jump to the notebook. That is notes. See, polymorphism allows objects to be treated as instances of their parent class. That is, shape is the parent class, and child classes are circle and square, right? See, we are defining the parent class called shape. Constructor takes the value type as shape. Okay. After this, we are creating some method. Only we are creating the method for reference purpose, because it has to be inherited, right? Method to calculate area, which is to be overridden by subclasses. What are subclasses? Circle and square. So we are inheriting. The same concept of inheritance is coming here again. Class circle extends shape. What happens? The circle is child class, the subclass of the shape. Okay. Type is circle, and we are taking the input. We need radius, right? We are taking input as this dot radius equal to radius. After this, we are overriding that return area, return 0. Previously it was only return 0. We are overriding the logic. The name of the function is same, but we are overriding. That is nothing but polymorphism, method overriding. So we are calculating math.py will give py value, this dot radius will give whatever the input is here. If you want to access anything inside the same class, you will use this again. Okay, star nothing but exponential operator in arithmetic. 2 is nothing but pi r square. So this is pi into r square. This is the formula of this. Okay, pi r square, as simple as that. In the same way, we have completed with circle. Now we are completing about the square. Circle is completed. Now let's discuss about square. Even the class square extends shape the parent class. After this, it is taking some side length or nothing but side value side. Okay, it is assigning to the variable side. Now again, the area which was pi r square, the same function name area which was pi r square is now overridden as side square, that is side into side. This dot side into power 2, nothing but side into side. So in this way, polymorphism allows you to override the logic of which is written similarly with the same function name. Poly means many, morphs mean forms. Polymorphism means many forms. The same function name can perform different operations in different cases with the help of polymorphism. For applying polymorphism, you have to have inheritance concept clear. I hope you have discussed about everything in these pillars of OOPS. As you can see here, we are creating circle and passing the radius as 5. We are creating a square and passing the side as 4. Now, if you call circle dot area, in this way you call the value. Dot area is nothing but method. Circle dot area, then output will be 78.55 by calculating of pi r square. In the same way, square dot area will be 16. That is 4 into 4 is 16. The same method name is acting different in different situation. That is different forms in different situation. That is nothing but polymorphism. I hope it is clear, everyone. So key takeaways. Objects defines the blueprint. Classes define the blueprint and objects are instances of the class. Encapsulation. Bundling the data in the form of class and accessing using methods. Inheritance. Subclasses inherit the properties from superclass, that is parent class. Polymorphism. Objects can be treated as instances of the parent class, allowing them flexibility in using different types of objects. The object of circle is different, the object of square is different, right? Now coming very important concept of this keyword. We have already discussed this. I'll just walk you through quickly. In OOPS concept, this keyword refers to current instance of class. For circle, the type is circle. For square, the type is square. For Toyota, the type is Toyota. For Nexa, the type is Nexa. For the same class, we are having multiple objects. For multiple objects, the values are different. That is done using this. Okay. So this keyword refers to the current instance of the object within which it is used. It allows access to objects properties and methods from within the object. If you want to access the radius inside the class, this dot radius power 2, this dot side length power 2. If you want to access the values in the same class, even then you use this keyword. Scope. Scope in OOPS refers to the context in which variables and functions are declared and accessed. Understanding this and scope is crucial for determining which object is being referred to within a method, because as we have discussed, for one class there can be multiple methods. For one class there can be multiple objects. Each object has to refer some values. Let's understand this. Class person, it is taking two things, name and age. For example, Adnan and age 21, let's say. Adnan and age is 21. My age is 21. Okay, great. So it has a method called greet. What happens whenever I call this greet function, it will print hello, my name is Adnan and I am 21 years old. In this example, if you can see, person 1, person 2, these are two different objects, but the class is same. The value is John, the name is John, and the age is 25. So the output will be hello, my name is John and I am 25 years old. Similarly, for the next output, hello, my name is Alice and I am 30 years old. So by creating different objects, how does your system know that the John and 25 are one and the same, and Alice and 30 are one and the same. That is done using this to access this dot name. For that particular instance of object, that value has to be assigned. That is done using this. If you see the output for person 1, it is hello, my name is John, I am 25 years old. For person 2, it is hello, my name is Alice and I am 30 years old. I hope it is very clear regarding the OOPS concept. In this session, we have discussed multiple things. Please stay focused. If you have any doubts, please reach out to us. I know we have gone a bit fast this time because we had to cover all of this in 1 hour, 10-20 minutes. That's why we have been a bit quick with OOPS concept. Do not worry. Tomorrow we'll brush up things again, and then we'll go into intermediate concept of async JavaScript. Async JS is very, very, very important. We are doing projects on this. Until now, what all you have learned is only fundamentals. If you want to do projects, be perfect with async JavaScript and event handlers. So that's it for today, everyone. We have discussed module 5, completed module 5 and module 6 as well. Module 5 halfway we have completed yesterday itself. The second half, that is methods and operations, we have discussed today. Apart from this methods and operations, we have completed the entire OOPS concept. I hope it is clear, everyone. Done. That's it for today. Please make notes. Please revise the notes. Be practicing. Also you can practice on W3 schools as well for JavaScript. It is a free resource, or you can also see Geeks for Geeks as well. As of now, that's it. Done, everyone. Have a nice day. Let's meet tomorrow at the same time and we'll discuss asynchronous JavaScript. Very important for building projects. All the best, everyone. Have a nice day.